From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LALATE with incredible details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today. In this recording, we go over what Chuck Schumer said Friday, which confirmed my reporting of several weeks. Away we go, the voting is underway. I'll be going over the fourth stimulus check, how much you're going to get in this recording, and the breaking news statements, no less than 9 of them, that led up to that incredible announcement by Chuck Schumer on Friday. Then the second half of this video, we go over the big money that will be raised for your benefits, including my veterans, this Memorial Day weekend. In this stimulus this fall, your benefits will be raised, and why the number will be the biggest you've ever seen of a generation and will last a lifetime. And then in the middle of this recording, we go over the thousands, tens of thousands of dollars that viewers are getting every single day, and I want you to get it as well. It's a big noontime. It's a big afternoon. It's a big Sunday. It's a big day. Let's get to the details, starting right now. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. And thank you to my veterans and their families for your service to our country. This is LALATE. Boy, we got exciting news. But how's the weather where you are? How is the weather? Drop in the comments where you're watching from and how's the weather. It is cold. It is cold here in Los Angeles and Santa Monica today. Even in the afternoon, the sun has still not come out and it is damp. But it is not damp when it comes to your stimulus checks. And in this video, I'm going to go over 4 stimulus, why it's heating up more than the weather here in Southern California today, and what did Leader Schumer say on Friday. It's incredibly great news. It's just incredible. Then the second half of this video, we're going to go over 5th stimulus that'll raise your benefits, including my veterans, up to a lifetime number that'll change everything. And then in the middle of this video, we're going to go over the big money that viewers continue to get. And now I go no less than an hour with another viewer saying they got more money. I'm going to go over how you can get that money as well. And this is LALATE, the only 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week financial news channel, literally 24 hours a day. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. I'm next with you on Evenings LALATE, which is 2 hours after the show, followed by Evenings Crypto, our new hit show. And then our massive bombshell hit of a show, Overnight's Crypto, which last night broke all record numbers. It was incredible. So make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. I want you part of this family. Also like this video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Membership values are discussed later in this video, but let's get right to that 4th stimulus. 4th stimulus, let's go over the Senate proposal and the House bill. They are slightly different, and there's some nuances you need to know this Sunday. First, let's go over the House bill from Jalopal. Provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. Senate proposal provides a stimulus check from July to December. And then the House bill provides the first month would be $2,000. Every month thereafter would be $1,000. The Senate proposal, the amount on a monthly basis is unknown, but word on the street is it's this. Wow, incredible great news. $2,000 a month person over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400 per person. If you're watching the show as it debuts at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, jump into the comments in the live chat and vote House or Senate in just a second and tell me where you're watching from. But let's go over the macroeconomics before we pass judgment, because the macroeconomics may suggest a change for Jalopal's bill. Jalopal is pandemic plus 1 year, but word on the street is the senators and legislators may consider the pandemic over for legislative purposes. That would mean Jalopal's bill would provide 12 months of checks, not pandemic plus 1 year. And so how much does that amount to? 12 months of checks is $13,000 under Jalopal's bill. Compare that to the Senate, and here you are. This is the Senate in 6 months. Which one do you like, Senate or House? Love to hear your comments. Tell me where you're watching from and jump into the live chat. Senate or House, vote right now. Let's go over the other details you need to know about this incredible force stimulus. First, who gets it? You do, including my veterans. If you make less than $75,000, a single individual, you're getting the force stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you're getting the force stimulus check. Double it. Household 4 or less, you're getting the force stimulus check. Quadruple it. And finally, if you're on benefits like my veterans, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, you're getting the force stimulus check. Congratulations. Next, is it income? No. Is it taxable? No. Is there a different stimulus check amount for adult dependents or children or someone else? No. Everyone's getting the same amount. Good news with that. Is there a wave of stimulus checks? No, it's a monthly stimulus check. They don't have time to do waves. Remember, I'm just a reporter. I just report the news. They're the legislators. They make the representations, and they represent. The vote would happen no later than July 4th, meaning the first check would be in the month of July, for the month of July, in the month of August, for the month of August. And there you go. It is currently underway in a two-bill, two-step, two-month process called reconciliation. And in a second, I'm going to get to deliver to you Chuck's incredible statement from Friday. It's absolutely wonderful. And all the breaking news that led up to that major announcement less than 48 hours ago. And it's coming up in just a second. But first, there's a preview of the second half of this video. Fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus is this September. And like fourth stimulus, it has an add-on. Its add-on is SSI and SSI reform, and including my veterans. In the second half of this video, I'm going to go over why this number will be the highest of a generation and will change your benefits for a lifetime. Oh boy, that is going to be great stuff. It's coming up in the second half of this video. But now let me turn to the fortunes of money that viewers are absolutely getting. You are absolutely killing it. You're doing a great job. I'm not going less than an hour with a viewer jumping into the live chat. Maybe this is you right now, or jumping in the comments. Maybe this is you an hour from now, or sending me messages on social media saying, I got money for rent or SNAP or food. It's anywhere from $100 to $10,000. It's everything. So if that is you, drop it in the comments because it inspires me. It means that the videos are helping you and inspires others for them to get it. And if you're watching right now and you've gotten money, guess what? I'm going to get you more money. And if you've never gotten money, get a pen and paper right now because I'm going to get you money as well. First, it starts with $350 billion. No, not $350 billion for you. It's for to share. It's coming from the federal government under the third stimulus package, and it is landing last week and next week. It is money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. So where do you get it? I hope you get that pen and paper ready. I'm going to go over the details. I'm going to show you the different locations, but understand every location has different eligibility. So if you get a no at one stop, go to the next one, you may get a yes. And they each have their own pot of money. All right, let's do it. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. The key word you're going to use is rent assistance because of COVID. Not going to say stimulus. They don't know that word. You're going to say rent assistance because of COVID. You can say Biden Economic Recovery Act. And if you're looking for mortgage help, you just replace the word rent with mortgage. There you go. How much? About $5,000 for rent. Boy, we're doing good. But I got more money for you. And this is money for SNAP. SNAP is incredible. I'm going to go over how much money it is, how you get it, and where you get it. Okay, how much money is it? It's a fortune. Where do you get it? It's from Department of Agriculture. Reach out to DOA, Department of Agriculture. They administer it, or call 211. A family of 4 in Hawaii is now getting upwards of $16,000 over 1 year. Yes. Why so much? Because of 2 executive orders, one from Biden, one from Trump, that raised everyone's benefits up 15% between now and December. So go get it. And, you know, it's just every few hours, someone's having a success story. Yesterday, it was Lynn and her son and her. Earlier that day, it was Linda and Tim got money for rent and utilities. Another person sent me a message just a few minutes ago, said he got rent, $350 from Pennsylvania. So it just keeps on, you're just killing it. Keep on doing it. And look how good we're doing. We're at 9 minutes of this video. I got you $5,000 for rent, and I got you $15,000 for SNAP, $16,000 if you're in Hawaii. I got more money for you, and starting right now. One viewer got $5,000 for this first item. And where is this coming from? The States. I'm going to go over how much money is. It's a lot. Then I'm going to go over where you're going to get it, and then when you're going to get it. First, what is it? The federal government has identified states as overpaying unemployment benefits to some citizens and then asking you to return it to no fault of your own due to computer error. Not your computer, theirs. So the federal government has now ordered the states to return the money to you. Yes. So let's go over how you're going to get the money. In the bank account you have on file with your unemployment department. Then finally, when are you going to get the money? Reach out to your respective state. Every state has different routing times. The next pot of money is from IRS, and I got a really wonderful story. I had one viewer who jumped into the live overnight show this weekend about crypto, certainly not about unemployment, because he knew I was going to be in the live chat. And he said, I want you to know, LA, I got this money on Friday. I want you to tell viewers all weekend long, I got the money on Friday. So don't have them feel negative or in despair or think it's not coming. Tell them I got it. Imagine how wonderful that is. That's a viewer who went out of his way to ensure that you had this information, jumped into a show that had nothing to do with unemployment because he knew I was going to be there so you would get the information. That is how we do on this channel. Purple Power, people helping one another. So let's go over that money. It is money from the federal government, from unemployment, from IRS, Treasury. I'm going to go over how much it is, how you get it, when you get it, and how to track it. First, how much money is it? It's a lot. One viewer got $2,000 before that other viewer, and it calculates the following way. Let's show example. You had $9,000 of unemployment benefits in 2020. You filed a 2020 tax return to IRS. Your total tax bill is $5,000, of which $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment. Congratulations, you're getting back $4,000. Next, how are you getting it back? In an envelope, beige or white. It is razor thin, so I don't want you to miss it in the mail. Go surgically through the mail all through the month of June until you get it. It's important you do not miss that check. It may go by direct deposit if that appeared on your tax return. Finally, when are you getting it? IRS made very clear that they would be all sent out by the end of May, but some people misunderstood that statement to mean you receive it by the end of May. Some would receive it earlier before others, single filers, non-complex returns, but eventually people will get them the first and second week of June, so watch that mail. Finally, let's go over how to track it. 75% of the time it works. Go to irs.gov, set up a username and password, go in there, put your social security number in, and then if you see when you file that 2020 return, see when you paid the taxes on it, then you'll see the refund check. And the only thing that could be more fascinating to track is to track Chuck Schumer's announcement of calling the vote. Boy, that came in on Friday. And it confirmed all my reporting over the last few weeks. I told you the bipartisan negotiations were going to end on Friday and that the calling of the vote and the official announcement of reconciliation would be announced on Friday. And all three things happened exactly as I had told you it was going to. So let's go over generally his statement, and then let me go over all the 9 breaking news stories that led up to this major announcement. On Friday, Leader Schumer, head of the Senate, announced that the president can continue to meet with whoever he wants with the Republican Party, but the legislators who make the law will be finishing this by July 4th. They will be calling the vote in the next few weeks, each of the steps, and they have already started the reconciliation process. So there you go. Congratulations. All right, now let's go over all the breaking news stories that led up to this event. And I want you to know that, boy, it has been a snowball. It has been a domino effect. You will see how it started with Jalapal, who wrote the House bill, and how Jalapal's efforts really started the ball rolling. Jalapal started with a letter to Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi about a week ago saying, call the vote. And guess what we're doing now? We're calling the vote. So I guess it sort of worked. Why did Jalapal say it? Because Jalapal said basically, we're not getting any progress with the Republicans. Call the vote for the recon. Well, the signers to Jalapal's letter a week ago were about 12 of them. And who were those signers to that letter? Among the 100-plus House Democrats who signed Jalapal's original House bill for those multiple stimulus checks and wrote a letter to the president. Wow. When the Jalapal introduced to the House floor the multiple stimulus check bill, over 100 House Democrats wrote the president a letter saying, we're putting this into the fourth stimulus package. Well, now approximately 12 of them came back and wrote Leader Schumer and Nancy Pelosi a letter about a week ago saying, call the vote. The same people. It gets better. A week ago, last Friday, 7 House Democrats wrote the president now a letter. And they said they're going to work with him to put the multiple stimulus checks into the fourth stimulus package. Multiple, not one, multiple. Now, who are these people to say that sort of thing? They're on the subcommittee that actually writes stimulus checks. Wow. Now, when they said to the president, we're going to work with him, that's a euphemism because the president doesn't write bills. He's the president. He's not in the legislature. He's the executive branch. They write the bills. And not only do they write the bill, they write the part of the bill that concerns stimulus checks. The House Ways and Means Committee is the subcommittee tasked exclusively and solely to write about stimulus checks in the first, second, and third stimulus package, and now the fourth. And they're writing the president a week ago saying, we're going to put that in there. A week ago? Right before Chuck announces the vote. Oh boy, it's getting good. I think Sir Lloyd is trying to walk Captain Obvious behind this up, but he's tripping on the purple petunias. But boy, I mean, it's getting more obvious than that one. But it got even better. Last Friday, the President of the United States told his legislators, I'm going to give it to the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, and then I'm not having any more lunches with the Republicans because I miss Jill. So here we go. That was what the president said a week ago, that he was not going to do, that he was going to call the vote after Memorial Day weekend. We weren't going to do any more negotiations. And here we are. That's exactly what Chuck Schumer confirmed on Friday. But on Tuesday, the president did two really surprising things, and they are sort of complex. So I'm going to slow this down so you understand them. But the second one is incredible. So the president, to pay for fourth stimulus, is going to raise the U.S. corporate tax rate. It's currently 21%. The president wanted much higher. The moderate Democrats said lower it down. He said, okay, deal. That was about a month ago. So what did he do on Tuesday? He reached out to global leaders of countries around the globe, the G7 countries, and said, I want you to agree upon a minimum global corporate tax rate of 15%. And they tentatively said yes. So now the president, this is the second part, the president has reportedly told his staff that after fourth stimulus becomes law, he will try to get those G7 countries to sign on the dotted line of a global minimum corporate tax rate of 15%. And if they do, then he's going to drop our U.S. corporate tax rate back lower where it was before. Multiple stimulus checks and then getting a lower corporate tax rate? What could be better than that? What could be better than that was what the senators did on Thursday. The senators on Thursday came out and said, we see there has been a counterproposal from the Republicans. We're rejecting it and we're calling the vote. The president the same day on Thursday said, we're calling the vote. And what did Chuck Schumer say on Friday? We're calling the vote. Wow. Senate, House, President, I think we're good. I think we're good. But, of course, we need to get to the finish line and everything. We're not there until we're to the finish line. And in the meantime, I want you to get every pound of money you can get. Remember, we are not we're not tracking checks on this channel. We're not just waiting around and with our hand out for a stimulus check. We are cashing checks, folks. And I want you to be among the viewers who are getting big monies available right now. And it starts with rent, utilities, food, and internet. And if you need help getting that, reach out to the volunteers in the community page. The community page is in the description to this video. Yes, open the description of this video. Look for an emoji of a house. Next to that emoji of a house is a webpage, news.la.com/community. Reach out to the volunteers on that page. You'll see a cute picture of some cats at the top of the page, and the volunteers can help you get that money. And I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with more exciting details about fourth stimulus and fifth stimulus and a message for my veterans. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on LALATE with more exciting details this afternoon. Boy, I am excited for you. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over more about fourth stimulus and also fifth stimulus, and a special message for my veterans. So subscribe. This is LALATE, your 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. I'm with you all late Memorial Day weekend. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. Hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video, 3,000 likes. And I'm back with you in about an hour and a half from now with Evenings LALATE, followed by Evenings Crypto, and then Overnights Crypto. Also, consider becoming a member. Later in this video, you're going to see the value of membership. And let's get right to fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up this fall, and fifth stimulus is that benefits raise that people have been wanting for. It pays a lot more than Elizabeth Warren plan would have ever paid you, and I'm going to go over all the details starting right now. Fifth stimulus provides and will have an add-on, and that add-on will be SSI reform. Let's go over the details of it broadly, and then I'll go over the breaking news that impacts it as well. They're going to raise the benefit limits, then remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and then remove the marriage penalty. Let me explain what that means simply and use the breaking news to analyze it as well. First, they're going to raise your benefits up to a big new number. Who's you? My veterans and everyone else. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits, multiple beneficiaries, you'll be raised up to a big new number. Then they'll apply a new benchmark, and that benchmark is inflation. Now, you know what inflation is, but what's a benchmark? A benchmark is what they use every December to determine whether next year your benefits will stay the same or go up. They never go down. Well, we're trying to figure out what the inflation rate will be in December or November. Here's what you need to know. Most analysts say that the inflation rate in November will be the highest of a generation. This is huge because it would lift up your benefits lifetime to the highest amount you will see in a generation. Let's go over the analysis. For example, Jeremy Siegel out of the Wharton School of Business said maybe 20% inflation. That might be on the high side. But we had Georgia, head of the Federal Reserve, said growth is going to go from 4 to 10.5% later this year. That sounds about like 7% inflation. A lot of analysts are talking about 4 to 7% inflation. Let's use 6% as an example. This is how it would work. First, under fifth stimulus, they raise your benefits up to a big new number. Then they would apply the benchmark in November, December. Let's say it's 6% inflation. Then at that point, your benefits would step up an additional 6%. Not just for 1 year, lifetime. Because once they step up, they never step down. If the year after that, the inflation is 0, you don't step down. You're always plus 6%. And if the year after that, the inflation rate is 2%, then you are plus 6 plus 2%. It's incredible great news. This is the time and place to have inflation tied to your benefits. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. It's going away. It's a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand, just in time to get rid of it before those stimulus checks get into your hand. Then they're going to remove the income cap. The income cap is absolutely ridiculous. It's dated back to a 1960s law. It says you can't work and stay on benefits. If you want to work, now you'll be able to work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty. It's going away. It's horrible. It basically prevents you from getting married because you're going to lose benefits, or penalizes you if you are married. Finally, love is going to win, and you will be able to marry your longtime love interest and not suffer marriage penalty. It's incredible news. So what does this heat up? It starts in September, out the door in about October, November. And then the step up, you would get that letter in December for about January. This is fifth stimulus. But here's what's important to know, is that fifth stimulus has a lot of other things in there besides this. And in a 30-minute video, which I'm at 24 minutes, I don't have enough time to cover everything that's in fifth, fourth, and third. So that's why we have membership. The link is at the top of the channel, the pinned comment. Every day I send out to viewers a list of what's in the fifth, fourth, and third stimulus from the community page on YouTube. If you have the community page set up to send you email alerts from YouTube, then you get it by email as well. In the fifth stimulus, for example, there is money there for single individuals. There's money in there for single seniors. There's money in there for hazard pay. You would not know that from the present calling it the family plan. You would only know it unless you looked at the actual provisions. Forced stimulus is also very important. It's important to know that there's a lot more in forced stimulus than I cover in a given recording. And third stimulus, a lot of money from third stimulus is still landing across the country. Moreover, if you can't become a member, then at least become a subscriber. Why? Because the month of July is absolutely going to be very crowded with a lot of legislation and a lot of stimulus happening at the same time that overlaps. Here's an example. In the month of July, there's going to be a vote on a budget bill. Not this budget bill, another budget bill. Yeah, that confusing. In the month of July, there could potentially be votes on Jalapal standalone bills. Not this one, the other ones. In the month of July, there's a stimulus check landing. Not the fourth stimulus check I covered in this video. Not just that one. Not just the fourth stimulus check, but also the third stimulus check. Yeah, just a little confusing. A lot of things happening in the month of July. And that's why it's important to stay focused. Finally, what's also important to stay focused is that as we enjoy our Memorial Day weekend, I want to salute our troops. I want to salute our veterans. This channel has been a big supporter of my veterans and my Social Security and survivor benefits, SSI and SSDI, since day one. When this channel was birthed and I had just a couple hundred subscribers, I made a video about whether veterans SSI and SSDI would get second stimulus checks. No one was talking about you. And that video, when I had just about 200 viewers, got 3 million views and went viral. It's unheard of to go viral in the financial space, especially when you're a small channel. Why? Because no one was talking about you. When it went to third stimulus, no one was talking about when veterans were getting their stimulus checks, if they got them earlier or if they had different rounding times. That's the commitment of this channel. So I thank you and I support you, and I thank your families as well for your service during all in all times for this country. Finally, let's go back to forced stimulus and understand why it's important to understand how forced stimulus is voted upon. As we go into the new week, I anticipate that live chats will be a little bit different than they are on this Memorial Day weekend. We're a tight-knit group of families, of subscribers and members than the live chats now. But I expect next week there will be people that will jump in and say, they're just dragging their feet. They just don't want to do it. They could have gotten this done in one vote, in one day. I want you to know what the answer is to that now, so you bring positivity to the channel and inform them if they don't get the message from me. There's at least 9 steps during the reconciliation process of voting to get the bill to law. Let's go over the 9 steps. The first half are procedural, the second half are substantive. Step 1, the House subcommittees have to vote on the procedural bill. Step 2, the House floor all House members have to vote on the procedural bill. Step 3, the Senate has to vote on the procedural bill. Step 4, the President has to sign this procedural bill into law. Step 5, now they go back and the tow truck is finished. Now they go back and do the tow hitch. The House subcommittee has to do the substantive bill. That's the House Ways and Means Committee. That is the multiple stimulus check period of time. Then the floor of the House has to call the vote on the substantive bill. Then we have 2 days of the Senate vote-a-rama, where the senators will show their cards on how they want to modify the bill to provide multiple stimulus checks or any other surprises we may not know. And finally, the president has to call for a vote. 9 steps. There you go. And with that, I hope this video has been informative to you. I hope you had a beautiful morning and beautiful afternoon. I will be with you next with Evenings LALATE. It's coming up in about 2 hours from now. So make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. Finally, it's important to stay positive, and it's important to stay focused, and it's important to stay motivated. When it comes to procedure, when it comes to voting for Congress and senators, it's what the Constitution calls them to do. And that while we would like things to go faster, we would like things to go shorter, it's what the Constitution provides for. And ultimately, there will be a time in which we will start to do our pushing as the purple power, and that purple power ramp up is shortly coming up upon us. So we will get ready to push. But for now, we're going to stay positive, remain focused, and stay motivated. And with that, thank you for joining me on Afternoons LALATE. I'm back with you in 2 hours from now. Subscribe, like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and the pinned comment. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful afternoon, and stay with LA for more.